In this podcast episode, Charlamagne Tha God shares deep insights into navigating criticism and negativity, the art of authentic interviewing, discovering and pursuing one's passion, work-life balance, mental health, faith, and the importance of blue-collar trades. He reflects on his career, personal growth, and how to build genuine confidence in the face of challenges, while also providing practical advice for listeners striving for success and fulfillment. Charlamagne opens by addressing how to stop caring about haters and handle backlash. He underscores the importance of not giving negative opinions too much power, sharing wisdom from two mentors who taught him the rule of 10. Only a few people will like or dislike you actively, while most remain indifferent. He encourages disconnecting from harmful environments, especially toxic social media spaces where constant negative remarks can drain mental health. He equates social media's verbal abuse to a bad relationship one should leave, emphasizing the need to set boundaries such as blocking or unfollowing. Charlamagne also shares his father's saying, "You're never as good as they say you are, and never as bad as they say you are," emphasizing the balance needed when facing public scrutiny. Drawing from his extensive interviewing career, Charlamagne talks about how he approaches difficult conversations with empathy and curiosity rather than hostility. He highlights the importance of asking why multiple times to uncover genuine truths, particularly in political or scripted answers. He compares his earlier interviewing style, which lacked empathy and human consideration, to his current approach that blends kindness with toughness. Citing interview legends like Larry King and Barbara Walters, he stresses that being nice while asking hard questions is not a weakness, but a skill. He encourages having real, honest conversations even with people you don't like or agree with, advocating respectful debate over avoidance or dismissal. Charlamagne narrates his journey of discovering his passion for radio and media, which emerged from his natural tendencies in youth and early work as an intern. He describes a moment when he realized radio was his life's calling and aspired to become a top-tier super jock. He advises listeners to differentiate between pursuing something that's trendy versus truly calling to them. His book chapter titled "F Your Dreams" challenges the idea that one must simply mimic what others are doing and instead urges honest self-reflection about personal why. Charlamagne firmly believes being obsessed with your craft or profession is critical to success, whether in entertainment, sports, or public service. Contrary to some assumptions, Charlamagne insists that work-life balance is essential, even on the climb to greatness. He believes that having a rich life outside your profession allows for authentic communication and connection with others, which is the cornerstone of his media career. His recent travels to places like South Africa enable him to bring fresh cultural perspectives to his audience while maintaining personal enrichment. He challenges the stereotype that success demands total sacrifice and urges people to live fully, balancing career commitments with meaningful personal experiences. Charlamagne discusses different perceptions of time inspired by the book The Big Leap, contrasting Newtonian time with the concept that time is something we create and control. He urges people to stop saying, "I don't have time," as it's often an excuse masking priorities. Instead, the honest admission, "I don't want to do it," respects one's boundaries more accurately. This approach ties into his commitment to saying no when necessary, breaking from the habit of people-pleasing that can appear in various ways, including being overly aggressive in interviews due to anxiety about public perception. He emphasizes the importance of protecting one's energy and time to maintain mental health and focus. Charlamagne reflects on the evolution of his interview style from aggressive to more empathetic, recognizing that empathy does not contradict asking hard questions. He stresses that good interviewing and conversations are built on intellectual curiosity and respect for the complexity of human experience. Even when debating controversial subjects or people with opposing views, empathy facilitates honest exchanges rather than alienation. For Charlamagne, media personalities have a duty to engage audiences by hosting diverse voices and fostering conversations that matter, despite criticism from peers or public backlash. When discussing his role as a Black CEO and media personality, Charlamagne acknowledges the realities of systemic racism and historical barriers that make Black success especially noteworthy in America. He embraces the status of being a unicorn in his field, seeing his identity as part of why his accomplishments resonate deeply. Unlike others who may chafe at race or gender labels, he views them as context that highlights overcoming adversity. Charlamagne encourages others to understand their unique paths and accept how their identities intersect with their careers without shame or hesitation. Charlamagne candidly shares his complex relationship with money, explaining that while financial literacy was not taught to him early on, money was never his primary motivation. Instead, he aimed to fulfill his potential and avoid wasting his life. He stresses that true success should be measured by happiness and fulfillment, not wealth alone. He discusses his mental health struggles with anxiety and panic attacks, crediting therapy and openness about his experiences as essential to his personal growth and authenticity. Charlamagne incorporates faith and mantras into his coping strategies, balancing spiritual grounding with practical mental health efforts. Throughout his journey, Charlamagne credits a higher power for guiding and sustaining him. Raised with multiple religious influences, including Jehovah's Witnesses and Islam, he developed a personal faith that combines prayer with meditation and self-reflection. He openly discusses how he communicates with God daily, seeking readiness for whatever life brings, both the positive and the challenging. This spirituality informs his work ethic, humility, and resilience. Charlamagne insists that his achievements are not just about talent or hustle, but part of a divine plan he consciously embraces. Charlamagne passionately advocates for the dignity and importance of blue-collar trades, stressing that plumbers, electricians, welders, and other skilled workers are vital to society. He encourages people not to dismiss trade school as inferior to university and highlights the often overlooked lucrative opportunities in these fields. Sharing stories from family and friends in trades who live financially comfortable lives, he challenges stereotypes that painting certain jobs as black jobs or low status is harmful and inaccurate. Charlamagne is actively working on scholarship initiatives to help people afford vocational training, supporting diverse pathways to economic success. Closing his advice to listeners, Charlamagne expresses deep gratitude for those working hard daily to improve their lives and communities. He urges cultivating an attitude of gratitude for current circumstances as a foundation for growth and fulfilled living. He believes that waking up joyful about one's work is crucial and advises changing paths if negativity dominates. Emphasizing consistency, humility, and faith, Charlamagne shares that continued evolution and self-work have been key to sustaining his own long career. He encourages embracing ownership, whether of businesses, careers, or lives, as a path to real confidence and generational wealth.